Episode 104, Brother, that is too much information. The mission was compromised. When he got the call from Miranda, it was past 7 p.m. Jake put down his fork as his eyes became colder.
What do you mean?
Miranda briefed Jake on the situation and then said, Fortunately, the hunter got the SD card back.
Get it for me.
Yes. When Miranda Young and the hunter arrived at Jake Robinson's house, it was about 9 p.m. Serena was focused on her laptop, sitting on the couch. Jake was finishing up some work. They looked harmonious together. Hearing the doorbell, Serena stood up and got the door, and Jake also paused what he was doing. As he entered the room, the hunter felt a bit ashamed to face Jake, standing afar with his head bowed. Miranda handed the SD card to Jake. Using Serena's computer, Jake played the video in the SD card. As it played, his face became stern. Serena poured the staff some water and also came over to see the video. She happened to hear what the man was saying.
Remember what happened to Coach Dean Lewis? If Jake found out about this...
Jake gritted his teeth and clenched his fists, dark clouds in his eyes. The only Coach Dean Lewis he could think of was that one. So, the incident was very likely staged by Lila. His child, the first child of him and Serena, was killed by Lila Cox. He glanced at Serena. Serena had become pale, biting her bottom lip. She stared at the screen. Noticing Jake's glance, Serena looked at him and her heart raced. Jake found that her look was a mix of expectation and hesitance, but there was no surprise. It's her. Her voice was husky. She had everything to do with my lost baby.
You knew this?
Jake's face was gloomy.
Why didn't you tell me?
If he had any idea about this, Lila Cox would not have lived such a happy life. I just learned about it. In addition, Serena looked down and chuckled with a sense of self-mockery. If I told you, would you have believed me? Jake gazed at her deeply and asked,
Why wouldn't I?
Serena gazed at him, her feelings complex. Why would he? Should she have shouted at him that Lila Cox was the one who killed their baby, and that she was up to no good? Would he have believed it? No way. It was not like she had not done this before. He had been tired of her accusation in her previous lifetime, and so had everyone else. This lifetime, she would not make the same mistakes. If she said nothing, there would be no hard feelings, right? Seeing that she was silent, Jake asked again,
Why wouldn't I have believed my own woman?
His woman. He called her that again. The first time, he called her that when she was bullied by the rich ladies in front of the campus. This was the second time. So, could he be serious? Could she take him seriously? She did not want to be anything else but his woman, after all. At this moment, Jake's phone rang, and the caller was Drake Howard. Jake put the call on speaker, and Drake Howard's voice immediately came through.
Check out Weibo. There's a scandal about your wife.
Jake's heart sank and hastily looked at the website. The headline was, Jake Robinson's insatiable wife meeting her boy toy late night. Insatiable? Boy toy?
Nonsense!
Jake hit the table.
The wife of Jake Robinson does not need to be satisfied at all.
Miranda suddenly realized something and looked at Serena. Serena's face suddenly blushed as she pulled Jake blamingly. Over the phone, Drake Howard choked as well. After a while, he said,
"Brother, that's too much information."
Jake was silent.
"However, I have hacked all the photos and replaced them with your wedding photos. There was nothing but this title. I don't think this will be a problem anymore."
Indeed, when Jake clicked into the post, all he could see was their wedding photos. Serena looked gorgeous in the photos, while Jake was keeping a poker face when the photos were taken. If it was not because of Grandpa, Serena had no doubt that he would turn away immediately. However,
"Why would you have these photos?" "I hacked your wife's computer,"
Drake said in a matter-of-factly way. Serena stared, her eyes wide. This guy hacked her computer. Did he know how to spell privacy? In addition, he was announcing this as if it was nothing important. Jake scrolled down and found the topic had become the most popular one a few minutes after it was posted, which meant there had to be someone promoting it.
"Who is it? Did you find out?" "Of course, I am Z,"
the hunter asked incredulously.
"You are Z?"
Hearing another person's voice, Drake bristled.
"You put me on speaker?" "I did."
"Damn it.
Who's there?" "My wife, my assistant, and a stupid hunter."
Jake's fingers danced on the keyboard, typing out a post. Drake Howard wanted to complain, but suddenly saw Jake's work.
"You sent that post? All media are welcome to attend the press conference of my wife on October 15. Jeez. And there's a photo of you guys kissing. Are you announcing war?"
Jake smiled and said,
"Yes."
That was exactly what he was doing. With great pleasure, Lila Cox opened Weibo, checking on the post that she had paid for. Serena must have become an abomination by now. Lila wondered what expression Jake Robinson had on his face. However, after searching again and again, all she could find was the topic, Mrs. Robinson press conference. She clicked on it and saw Jake's post immediately. And there was a photo as well. A gorgeous photo of Jake Robinson and Serena Clark kissing. The quality of the photo was not too good. Obviously, it was taken by a cell phone. The backdrop was the blue ocean. Serena was wearing a red off-shoulder gown, wrapping her arms around Jake with her face blushed. Jake was kissing her on the lips deeply. Lila's breath became hasty as she let out a scream and smashed her laptop. "Son of a bitch!" Hearing the noise, Mrs. Cox ran inside asking,
"What happened?"
Seeing her mother, Lila immediately sobbed. "Mom, what should I do? I cannot wait until that day. I must tell the world that the baby I'm carrying is Jake Robinson's.
If that bitch Serena Clark learns about it, do you think you could keep this baby?"
Mrs. Cox rebutted.
"Don't worry. I have a better way."